We all know that Halloween is this weekend, and guess what? Right here at DBL, we're going to be celebrating Halloween here in the studio this Friday. We're all going to dress up. So you guys have to make sure you tune in to see who each of us are. They're good. Like, I mean, the costumes are
I was really surprised at how good they are.
Oh, they're going to be so good. So make sure that you tune in on Friday. Speaking of dressing up, some elementary schools in upstate New York are banning Squid Game Halloween costumes. So one of the principals sent a letter explaining that costumes like these are banned due to concerns about the potential violent nature of the game. So in case you don't know, in the hit Netflix show, contestants compete in children's games like red light, green light for a large cash prize. But guess what? Their lives are on the line. So what are your thoughts on kids dressing up in costumes from violent TV shows or movies? What do you think about this, Jeff?
Here's what I think. We need to stop coddling everybody. That's what I need to think. We have video games where you could blow people's head off, chop them in half, but we say that doesn't affect children because it's a huge market, right? How is one day out of the year dressing up like somebody, whether it be Michael Myers or whoever it may be, a problem? We have to coddle everybody in America to say, like, this is wrong and now maybe we should just take it off the market. That's not going to change people's behaviors. They're still going to act how they act. Whether you dress up one day like this, I just think it's going a little bit too far. But I see the concern, but it's too far for me.
I think you're right. I mean, we're talking about one day or every single day. I don't play video games at all, but we rented Mortal Kombat, the new one.
Oh my gosh, I loved Mortal Kombat.
I didn't know, because I'm an older gentleman, that the fatality scenes have changed. But like, I did one, like when you
from back in the day.
Yeah, they're not like very mellow Nintendo anymore.
Whoa.
When I did the fatality move, I was just practicing. Yeah. I lunged for Ford and tried to cover his eyes because it was so graphic.
But they were always graphic.
But the graphics are 10 times better, 20 times better than when we were growing up. So it's violent. And so if he can see that every day, that was in March. So now what, just October 31st, we're locking it down?
YouTube, you could see the most horrific things in the whole world. But don't put a costume out that might represent something. For me, it's too much.
Do you think it's too much, Erica? I almost called you Ari.
I like that name.
Well, that's what you call your sister, Erica. Yeah. You know, I don't have children, but I have a host of niece and nephews and godchildren. And at first, I was very confused by this because I'm like, why are they singling out a single franchise like Squid Game? But the truth is, in most schools, you can't dress as violent characters, and a big part of that has to do with the acts that come along with being dressed up in violent characters. Apparently, this school had an issue with the kids actually playing out scenes from Squid Game.
Yes.
So, I mean, that costume obviously doesn't look inherently violent, but if they're also putting actions behind it, I can understand why they would say they're going to add it to the list.
Yeah, I think this is a very specific situation, but I totally agree with you.
While their moms pick them up in their dirty nurse costumes, I'm like, don't dress my kid like that. Okay, easy fishnet.
Easy fishnet. We're going to go to the next story after easy fishnet.
Keeping up with the theme about kids. So some moms are upset, and dads. Why is it always got to be the moms? I'm sure dads are upset too. With the company doing school photos for their kids, they say they're encouraging parents to pay $12 to have their kids' photos digitally retouched. So one mom posted this before and after, showing how her 12-year-old son's freckles were removed in the touched-up photo. Another mom told the New York Post it's teaching kids that they need to look perfect all the time and that they can change with the click of a mouse. I would be furious. I get that at least they're putting it in the consent of the parents. I still think it's wrong. But I know that in the past, we've seen schools kind of do this on their own without any consent from the parents.
Sure.
Creepy. Yes.
I could have used some digital retouching, especially how bad the lighting was, being
Erica.
one of... there were less than 10 children of color in my school, and the lighting was so horrific. My mustache was deeper than my dad's by the time that it got to the yearbook. So I think
you can compare the two. I think shame on that school for not having proper lighting for the diversity of their children. But I don't like the idea of then taking an image and then erasing freckles or narrowing a nose. That's what's happening at this school. The parents can decide to narrow their children's noses.
But I don't think that I look at it the other way. I thought this was just lazy editing. They just put the full blowout where they just took all the
there shouldn't
imagery
be any
from the
editing on children.
It says you, and I agree. But I think a lot of parents would be like, hey, can you take the peanut butter off my kid's face?
That's
like
different.
Other parents want their kids to look differently.
Taking something that can easily be removed like because they ate a peanut butter and jelly sandwich compared to
I'm saying I don't want any editing.
With, I think
that's over the top.
But that's what's happening at this school.
I don't even think they were even doing that. They were just like, they just blew the face out so there was nothing on it. It looked worse. I like the freckles.
With that?
I'm furious that they have an upcharge for this. It should come with the package.
Exactly. Fix my kid for $12.